A logo, ACB in print and braille. American Council of the Blind, together for a bright future. 64th Annual National Conference and Convention. General Session. Saturday, July 5th, 2025.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 64th Convention of the American Council of the Blind. And I need to know, are we having a good time? Are we having a good time? All right, excellent. All right, we have an additional agenda item that we need to take care of before we do anything else in our convention this evening. So I'm going to do that first. We need to select a secretary pro tem. As many of you heard in the board meeting yesterday, our secretary, Denise Colley, is very ill, and she is not with us this week. She definitely appreciates your thoughts and prayers and good wishes, but she is significantly ill and, as I said, not with us this week. Therefore, she is not going to be able to conduct her duties as secretary, and we do have to have one all of the time. So if there is no objection, I would like to appoint Katie Frederick from Ohio as our secretary pro tem for the week. Oh, Katie says, dang. All right, thank you. So she will be conducting those duties. I would ask you to be very, very kind to her. We usually kind of provide some orientation for our secretaries, and she hasn't had it yet. So she probably won't get it for this short-term job, right? So y'all know what it's like being a temp. So please be gracious to Katie this week. And we'll have a few announcements related to secretary stuff later on, including voting things and stuff. So we'll come back to all that. Meanwhile, I'd like to open us with a moment of reflection, and I would like us to consider thinking about Denise as part of that and anything else, and we'll just pause for a moment of silence. All right, thank you very much. All right, let's continue on. Our next item is the presentation of colors, which is coming from Cub Scout Pack 713 from Farmers Branch, Texas, led by James Quinn, our pack leader. And let's welcome the Scouts.
Thank you for having us. Color guard, attention. Audience, please rise. Color guard, forward march.
From the back of the room, we have the Cub Scouts on your right as you face us. 2 of them are carrying the Texas flag. On your left, coming forward, we have a Boy Scout carrying the United States flag. They're both heading down the aisle and turning toward the center.
Color guard, post the colors.
The U.S. flag is being placed on one side of the studio, and the Texas flag is being placed to your right.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Color guard dismissed.
The Scouts are heading back to the back of the room with great discipline and respect for the job they've just done.
Thank you very much. That was just wonderful. I forgot to acknowledge, because it wasn't in my notes, that the description for the flag was done by Colette Arvidsson from Washington State. Thank you, Colette. So appreciate that. All right, our next item is the national anthem, which will be sung by Jan Gray, who is president of the Fort Worth chapter of ACB of Texas.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch, we're so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? You're welcome.
Thank you so much. That was absolutely wonderful. All right. Let's see. Where are we here? Losing my place. That's not good. All right. The next item that we have in our time here together is a welcome to the convention from Ted Harper, who is the president of the Dallas Area Council of the Blind. And we are so appreciative of the work the Texas affiliate has done to host this convention. Let's welcome Ted.
Well, thank you, Madam President, for that warm introduction. Can you hear me now? Okay. All right. Well, good evening, everybody. Oh, come on, a little more enthusiasm. We're on tape here. Come on. Good evening, everybody. That's more like it. Thank you. Well, my name is Ted Harper, and I have the honor of both being the president of the Dallas Area Council chapter and the chair of the host committee. The host committee this year has been comprised of both hardworking people from the Fort Worth chapter, the Dallas chapter, and of course, a boatload of community supporters. Okay, and folks, there is quite a convention. We're going to have a lot of fun. I hear that there's going to be an autonomous vehicle out there somewhere. Oh, there I am. And I'm moving, it's not. We have wonderful tours and lots of seminars that are designed to stretch our brain and our imaginations. And of course, don't forget about that Hall of Wonders. It's going to be out there starting tomorrow. So, on behalf of the 2025 host committee for the 64th American Council of the Blind Convention, welcome to Dallas.
All right. One of the things that's been the case this evening is that all of the people who've come up here so far are way taller than I am. So if there's a little delay each time, it's because I have to stretch way up and get the microphone back down here on Earth. So just so you know. And I think the pattern is going to continue for a little while. So just to be aware, right? All right. Our next greeting is going to be from the BVA, and we're so fortunate to be sharing our convention space and time this year, again, with the Blinded Veterans of America. And we love it. So I'd like to introduce Paul L. Mims, who is president of the Blinded Veterans Association from Kansas City, Missouri.
Well, good evening, everybody. Half of them left, didn't they? Wait a minute. Let me try that again. Good evening, everybody. Oh, they came back in. All right. All right. I want to say greetings to the ACB as well as to my fellow members of BVA who are in attendance. It's so great to be part of this united reunion of two organizations of people that are blind. Certainly, we came from different beginnings as blind people, in that our onset of blindness for a lot of us that are veterans was truly traumatic, as we lost our vision while we were engaged in combat. A lot of others, though, in fact, most of our members, I guess you could say thankfully, lost their vision because of effects of aging. I, however, happen to be one of those who lost my vision while I was engaged in combat. I didn't lose it, but that was the start of my onset. If people want to say it's different, go ahead. But it's like pregnant. If you're blind, you're blind, okay? And so, with that now, we have the distinction of low vision versus, if you will, no vision, or as well as no vision, but legally blind or not quite blind or low vision, all of those distinctions. Bottom line, if you can't see well, we're going to call you blind. Okay. Thank you. I have two fans here. I got checks in the mail. But anyway, people are great about making distinctions, especially in this world where everything is split along partisan lines or lines of color or what else. So they're split now between lines of who served in the military and who didn't. And I'm so glad to say that I'm a member of BVA, have been since 1986, but I've been a member of ACB since just about the same time. And I worked my way up a little bit in ACB. My interest as of 1989 got to be guide dogs. I was actually on the board of GDUI for a while. And I've done a lot of other things as a member of the Missouri Council of the Blind, not the least of which is I formed 3 different affiliates, one of them twice. Act Now, I tried twice. I didn't think they needed to act again, but Progressive was the other affiliate that I started in Missouri as part of Missouri Council of the Blind. Then my passion switched kind of to what I was doing and had done as a veteran. So most of my passion and time and effort went to BVA. And in 2000, I moved to Florida. Okay. There's the other check. And, I was actually active in the BVA more so than the FCB when I was there, because I was working as a Vision Impairment Services Coordinator at the VA in West Palm Beach after I was a computer skills instructor. So, and then I retired from there in 2009, went back to Missouri, where I'm from, not Indiana, but Missouri, and got active again in the BVA and the MCB. That's when I formed Act Now, and Progressive I had already done back in the 1990s. And unfortunately, Progressive folded about 2 weeks before I moved back. so I didn't have a chance to try to keep them around. But I am so proud of my association with both these organizations. It has a lot to do with who I am, who I have been, and certainly going to have a lot to do with who I will be. And so I have to say I'm even more graciously proud to be the president of the Blinded Veterans Association as we celebrate our 80th year. So we've been around since, well, right after God made dirt, about 1945. In fact, March the 28th of 1945 is the date our organization was established. Okay. For all of you that don't believe it, I was born on March the 6th in 1945. I'm actually older than the BVA. So I spent my whole life getting to where I am now. Well, not really, because this is my last week as president. But I've been there and done that now. I got plenty of T-shirts, and I got a hat that says president, so I've got all the doodads. But I think I'm especially proud to be here at one of the two conventions that these two organizations have done together. It's a milestone in the history of both organizations. I know there's another organization that you guys will probably never have a convention with. But be that as it may, I'm very proud that we were offered this opportunity, or you were offered this opportunity, whichever way it went, and we're here together. And so, as we go forward from here today, I've got to say that, because we're here, because we're blind, we're here in togetherness. And I will coin another phrase. We've come a long way, baby. In just bringing these two factions, if you will, of people that are blind together, because we had our different beginnings. But hopefully we leave here in a spirit of unity, that we've mutually enjoyed this convention, and that we look forward to the future as blind people working together. I say actually people that are blind, working together for the common good of our needs. Thank you. Okay. In the next minute, I have a couple other things. We veterans have a thing called a challenge coin. Some of you might know what that is. There's all kinds of stories about what it is. Like the next time I see a person I gave a challenge coin, they owe me a drink. Or other things. But quite frankly, what it is, it's another symbol of mutual respect of the giver to the receiver. So I want to present a challenge coin from the BVA to, first of all, ladies first, Deb Cook Lewis.
Thank you.
Where's your hand? There you are, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll let you say your words later. And to Scott Thornhill, I would also like to present him with one of these. Yeah, he's the other guy in the room, right? Goodness gracious. Where are you? Okay. So, like I said, those are symbols of mutual respect for the recipients from the giver. Thank you again.
Oh, thank you so much, Bob. We thank Paul, and I want to just mention that the BVA is offering a session tomorrow morning in our morning sessions on sort of the history of the 80 years of the BVA, and I think it's going to be a fabulous presentation. I hope that if you can find that in your schedule, that you will take time to participate in that and learn even more about the BVA. Now, I'm a little stuck, though, on this hat. If I were president of BVA, I would have a hat. I tell you, I have to think about this. Yeah. All right. Let's go on. Our next presentation is a letter that was provided to us by Eric L. Johnson, Mayor of Dallas, Texas, and we'll have the reading of that letter at this time.
Welcome to this audio-described greeting from the Mayor of Dallas, included in the 2025 American Council of the Blind Conference materials. The document is presented on a simple white background with formal black text, giving it a classic and official appearance. At the top, there is a letterhead that reads, Office of the Mayor, City Hall, 1500 Morilla Street, 5EN, Dallas, Texas, 75201. Telephone, 214-670-3301. Below that, it says in large letters, Mayor of Dallas, Eric L. Johnson. On the side or top corner, there is an official portrait photograph of Mayor Johnson. Mayor Eric L. Johnson is a black man in his late 40s. He is shown from about the waist up, facing the camera directly with a warm, confident smile, giving an approachable and welcoming impression. He is dressed formally in a dark navy or charcoal suit, a crisp white dress shirt, and a bold solid red tie, which symbolizes strength and leadership. His hair is neatly cropped, and his overall presentation is polished and dignified. Behind him, 3 flags create a proud and civic backdrop: the United States flag with its stars and stripes, the Texas state flag with its single white star on a blue vertical stripe and horizontal white and red sections, and the City of Dallas flag, which features a bold white 5-point star centered over red and blue horizontal fields, with the Dallas City seal inside the star. The seal of the City of Dallas is circular. In its center is a large, 5-pointed star, representing Texas as the Lone Star State. Around the star, in a clean, bold font, are the words City of Dallas, Texas. The seal is shown in a simple monochrome style, adding to the formal and official look of the document. Below the photograph and header, the text of the greeting appears, laid out as a short, centered letter. At the bottom of the letter, there is a handwritten style signature that reads Eric L. Johnson, followed by the printed word Mayor. The signature appears smooth and flowing, conveying a personal, authentic touch as if personally signed for each recipient. And now, the text of the greeting. Greetings. As Mayor of Dallas, I am pleased to welcome the attendees of the American Council of the Blind to its 64th Annual Conference, from July 4 to July 11, 2025. The American Council of the Blind Conference includes a showcase of products, technologies, and services designed for people who are blind or visually impaired. Attendees can learn about what is happening within the blindness community, develop strategies for advocating on behalf of people who are blind or visually impaired, and connect with other blind and visually impaired colleagues from across North America and throughout the world. Best wishes for a memorable, joyous, and successful event. All my best. Eric L. Johnson, Mayor. This concludes the audio description of the greeting from Mayor Eric L. Johnson, welcoming you to Dallas for the 2025 American Council of the Blind Conference.
Okay, thank you. And we have one more item along these lines. It is from the governor, Governor Greg Abbott, Governor of Texas in Austin, Texas. And this is a video, so we'll have a video presentation.
This is Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Welcome to the great city of Dallas for the American Council of the Blind Convention. Ever since the Americans with Disabilities Act was passed in 1990, visually impaired Americans are more able to participate in daily life. Now, 35 years later, we live in a time of amazing technological progress specifically for people with disabilities. Like you, I am grateful to those scientists and entrepreneurs who have made things easier for disabled folks like us. Living with a disability can feel isolating at times. There are hurdles that some people cannot understand. The struggles of using public transport, being overlooked, and the difficulties of daily routines. But challenges such as disabilities, they do not define us. What defines us is how we respond to those challenges. The American Council of the Blind knows this. That's why they fight for quality of life improvements to increase the independence of blind people everywhere. I thank the Council for their important work and for leading this great convention. May God bless you all, and may God forever bless the great state of Texas.
Okay. We appreciate the host of chapter for getting those items for us. I think that's very, very nice. All right. The next thing I want to know is how many of you went to the tailgate party? Was that fun or what? Yeah. So I think we have a wonderful walk song. I'd like for everyone who participated in the walk to stand up and be recognized, and let's hear the walk song.
Step by step, together for the ACB walk. Step by step, Dallas, Texas, this year's ACB walk. We've got big dreams, bold ideas. We're looking out for one another. Let's get ready to go walking, step by step together. Step by step, together for the ACB walk. Step by step, Dallas, Texas, this year's ACB walk. Step.
It's been an amazing year in ACB, and I want to thank you all for everything that we have done as an organization this year. It's been my pleasure to serve you for the last 27 months. Seems I started my term a little early because the big office snatched our president, and so when Dan Spoon moved into a staff role, I came a few minutes early, and that's a good thing for me and a good experience, and I thank you for that, and I'm completing my first term. So we have done a lot, and we've done a lot this last year. It's also been a challenging time. It's a challenging time politically. There's a lot going on, and the board made some decisions that I know have felt challenging for people in terms of continuing many of our courses. We kept our legislative imperatives rather than dropping them to suddenly just reacting to different things that are going on around us. And the reason that we kept them is that it takes years and years to achieve our legislative imperatives. And we have a little progress on one that we're going to report tonight, and then Claire will be reporting some more when she gives her report on Monday. But basically, we've continued that course. We feel very strongly about it. It's been a very challenging time to know what to focus on. We have really tried to keep our mission in focus, and that mission is making the lives of blind people better. And so we have focused primarily on issues relating to blindness and disability, recognizing that any issue that comes these days probably has an impact on our members, because our members are in all aspects of life, and so we know that that impact is very wide. I want to mention a few of the things that are happening in ACB from the consumer side. Scott will be talking a lot about the activities that consumers and staff have done together, but I want to specifically talk about the work of the board and others. We do have our next 2 leadership conferences set. Those will be again in DC at the Sheraton Pentagon City Hotel, as they have been for the last couple of years. We've had a lot of feedback from members that appreciate that we have been to the same hotel, which is familiar, and so there's something to be said for that. So we're glad for that. The board voted this year for 2 major initiatives that we hope will move our advocacy work forward. One of those was the Accessibility and Training Services Program. Yes, and we're very proud of this work that staff are doing there. There will be a small committee assigned to that work area, but we haven't done that yet. We'll do that after convention. The other area is that the board adopted a motion to fund and support the hiring of an attorney for the advocacy area and support for that. And that is going to be based on some cost analysis and the application of some funding that we believe is available. So if those things all come to fruition sometime around the first of the year, we hope to add that resource as well. In the Resolutions Department and Constitution and Bylaws Department, you all want ways for members to be heard, and we all want that. And so, we're really not that far away, and it's important to communicate with board members and committee chairs and others who are impacting you. But we wanted to create a few things that would make that better. So one of the resolutions from last year was the establishment of an email list, a place, not a list, it's an email address that you can send any feedback that will be shared with the board. And that email address is feedback@mail.acb.org. And that has been available for a few months, and it has received a few feedbacks, which we'll be sharing with the board. So basically, that is, I think, an important addition that members asked for in resolution. This year, in Constitution and Bylaws, you voted for a bylaw amendment that requires us to do what we're trying to do anyway, but codifies that by asking us to give members 5 days notice for the agenda of any board meeting, and ensures our commitment to stream those board meetings on ACB Media. We've done this since about 2019 with a little variation on the member announcement time, but we have done this and we want to continue. But there's been nothing to this point that asked us to formally do that. So I'm glad that members have asked for that. There are other things that we're doing through the resolution process that sometimes don't come to fruition in terms of a resolution, but are easy to implement and low cost or no cost. And this year we had a resolution request from CCLVI, Council of Citizens with Low Vision International, to make some modifications to the convention badge printing to make them a little easier for low vision members and friends to read, and to sort of set an example for other organizations. And when that resolution came through, I thought, we don't need a resolution to do that. We can just do that. So I took that to the Convention Steering Committee and the Board of Publications and staff, and we did a little discussioning back and forth, and that is the case. So that is something that we could do easily without having a resolution for that. We also supported Kim Charlson to attend the rally on Uber and Lyft back in the fall, and this was also a board action and in support of the current concerns regarding rideshare and et cetera. And Kim represented us very, very well and was given an opportunity to speak at that rally and represent ACB, and we thank her for that. We also made comments on the certification from ACVREP regarding occupational therapists as rehabilitation specialists, and those final credentials have come out, certification has come out, and definitely reflects the comments of ACB and other organizations to require the more extensive training and preparation for individuals who are going to fill that role. There's really no question that there is a need for more service providers, and occupational therapists are a group of people who already often serve blind and low vision individuals, especially older individuals, and if we can increase their qualifications in the vision area, that's very helpful. We've done a lot with our email list this year. We made some modifications to the leadership list guidelines. The BOP is working on modifications to the conversation list guidelines. We started the announce list, which is primarily used to send out advocacy information, but other things sometimes go there too. And we've tried to model with our convention email process good habits in terms of how information is being distributed. There's always more we can do, but that we hope that these things are at least a step in the right direction. Each year we do a convention survey, and this year we responded to a couple of items in the convention survey. Some of you over on the list are planning our future, trying to figure out if we should have 2 conventions or if we should add various things to the DC Leadership Conference. That's frightening, but I think the discussion is marvelous. The biggest change we really made this year was one that is kind of challenging to me, and I'm sure to some of you in terms of protocol, but we moved the roll call to opening night of convention, and we did this so that we could comply with our Constitution, because we're supposed to. So that has changed how we do the roll call and how we're going to do things this evening. So it feels a little strange to me too, and we probably have to tweak on that process a bit, but we'll welcome your feedback on that, but we did that as a compliance thing. We also did that in response to the fact that it's the concerns about the roll call and whether it was meaningful anymore was one of the high comments on the survey. And I think it is meaningful, but it's probably more meaningful in the context it was meant to be constitutionally. We've added Google Workspace accounts to our process, and some of our committees have already moved to a Google Workspace arena, which means they'll be able to have a committee address and committee workspace. Many more still need to move, and so you know that takes some training and support to get that going, so it's been pretty gradual, but we are doing it. The board adopted several policy updates, including updates on the awards policy, the Durwood K. McDaniel Committee policies, the community policies, community platform policies, and their expectations, and ACB Media had several policy changes this year. So we were busy in that department. We've reestablished the affiliate liaisons, which means that there is a board member assigned to each state and special interest affiliate, not necessarily to have all of the answers, but to help you find them. And we know that some of those are working wonderfully well and some of them less so. So we'll continue to tweak on that, but the program is back up and running and having a lot of great success in many areas. We've done some committee things. The fundraising development steering committee has formed, and you'll be hearing from them more over the next few months, but they have a lot of work ahead of them. The Inspire committee, which has been helping us for the last 2 or 3 years to train aspiring leaders, is going to become a more formalized committee. And this year we had a new nominating committee chair, which was Mitch Pomerantz, and we thank him for his work there. And we have a new public relations chair, which is Belinda Collins. So those things have all happened. And let's applaud all those. That's good. Finally, in the committee arena and officer and things arena, I want to thank 2 officers who are leaving the board this year. We're going to be having elections through probably Thanksgiving. Just wanted you to know it's going to be busy. Yeah. But I do want to thank, first of all, Denise Colley, who is not here with us. But Denise has served in many capacities over the years, and if her health permits, I know she'll be back to do that again. She has served on the Board of Publications, both as a member and chair. She served on the Board of Directors, and she served her 3 terms as secretary, which I think is the only job that might be harder than the president. So just hate to tell you that. Yeah, Katie's dying over here. Even doing it a week might be hard. All right, so that's a really good. And also we want to thank Ray Campbell. I think Ray has served about 19 years. He's going to be our MC, Officer of the Day, on Tuesday, so he's going to make some additional remarks at that time regarding his departure. But we know that Ray isn't going very far. He is already asked to stay in many of the work areas that he has been fulfilling for some time, and so I'm very grateful to Ray for all that he has done for us. So it's been a very busy time. So the next thing that I want to do, as soon as I find it, there we go. All right, is that we are going to be giving the President's Award, which is a prestigious award that we don't give very often, but it does occasionally happen, and we are going to be presenting it to United States Congressman Pete Sessions from the 17th Congressional District from Waco, Texas, for the introduction as a Republican representative of the web accessibility, software accessibility legislation. And there is going to be a video from Congressman Sessions, but I'm going to ask Scott to say a few words about our relationship and interaction with him, and then we'll show the video and go right into Scott's report. Thank you.
Good evening. Man, I love hearing such a good crowd. This is awesome. I love it. Man, getting everybody together, it's great. So, Congressman Sessions, Pete Sessions of the 17th District, as Deb mentioned, is the primary sponsor of H.R. 3417. Claire Stanley just perked up a little bit. She loves it when we talk about legislation. Anyway, but a little bit about the congressman. He has been in office from 1997 to 2019, representing the 32nd and the 5th districts of Texas. But as a native of Waco, since 2021, he has actually represented the 17th district, which covers Waco, whereas the previous 2 districts were quite a bit of Dallas, actually, that he represented. So now representing his hometown of Waco, and the congressman has, over his many years in Congress, been a sponsor of several important bills related to individuals with disabilities, one of those being the ABLE Act, which many of you may be aware of, which has created ABLE accounts for individuals with disabilities to be able to create more savings. The congressman was also a sponsor of the Words Matter Act, for those who may have heard of that. It was an effort to essentially get rid of certain words in federal legislation and throughout the federal government that had lived their lives and more in terms of usefulness and how appropriate they were to describe individuals with disabilities. And so that was something that he was very supportive of, as long as helping to form the Autism Caucus, among other items. He also, I learned in a visit to his office regarding H.R. 3417 and some other things, he wanted to be the one who sponsored this bill. We had intended initially for it to be another member of Congress that would have sponsored the bill, a Democrat, but but Congressman Sessions said, I would like to do it, and with our slim majority as Republicans, he said, we may have a chance here. And we found out in a visit to his office that, and this is public knowledge, so it's not a secret thing by any means, that he himself, he does have a son who actually has RP as well. And so, as we often find with those in leadership, that when it becomes personal, it strikes a little bit harder, and I think that's probably true for all of us. And so, Rick, if we could just briefly hear from the congressman, and then I'll move into the remainder of my report.
Hello, this is Congressman Pete Sessions, and what a delight it is to be with you this evening. And I want to say thank you. Thank you not only to your community, but this association for working together on issues that affect not just blindness, but the ability of people who suffer retina problems to be able to be competitive. And H.R. 3417 is a piece of legislation that you have spoken with me about, that we've gathered an agreement to not only move forward on, but it helps those of you who have retinal and blindness issues, sight issues, to be better able to compete in an e-commerce environment. And so the story continues that as each of you live your life and encounter issues and problems and opportunities, I'm pleased to know that I'm just a phone call away to work with you on these issues to help so that the United States Congress and the American people understand you too deserve a right, and we want and need you to be in a competitive environment to match your ability. So, sorry I cannot be with you this evening, but please know this, I appreciate receiving the President's Award and will stay after this. May God be with you.
And so we thank the congressman tremendously for the support, for that message. I do want to be clear that when a member of Congress says they're only a phone call away, it's probably not directly to them. Let me just be clear. So anyway, no, he did not give me his mobile number in the meeting, but no, we're so thankful for his support, and we're pushing hard on this. We've got some meetings coming up, and I thank you to members who of our various affiliates and who are helping with that and really making an effort to get us connected with relationships they have, not only in the House but in the Senate, because to work a piece of legislation. And the reason that he mentioned an e-commerce society is, of course, the Bill 3417 is the Website and Software Applications Accessibility Act. So this is making sure that we can do what everybody else can do, okay? So now my wife Jane is here with me this week. She's here, so, and I'm so thankful to have her here. I did want to point out one of the sessions we have this week is about making it easier to shop on Amazon. So when I think about e-commerce, I just want to say Jane does not need it to be any easier. That's all I'm going to say, honey. That's all I'm going to say. No, I so appreciate her being here. It means a lot for me. So. But this has been it's been a very, very, the beginning of 2025. For those who were at the board meeting, you got to hear my long-winded report. This will be a shorter one. Go ahead and clap for that too, probably. Yeah. I'm going to pretend you were clapping for my board meeting report. That's fine. But what I want to, we have faced some headwinds at the beginning of 2025. So I want to say, first of all, as a staff, we have heard you as members of the American Council of the Blind. So if you ever think that we're not hearing you, that's not true. I promise we read a percentage of the email. No, it's, boy, you guys can email. I say if we could get paid for every email that's sent out in this organization, we would have no revenue problems at all. But we do hear you, and we've tried our best to respond. In the beginning, with a new administration and obviously change in how certain things were being done, Fast and Furious would have had its next, I don't know, Fast and Furious 14 or wherever that movie is in its lineage. But fast and furious. Things were coming, and we just could not. If we tried to respond in real time to every single thing, there was no possible way we could do it. Not in a responsible manner. Now, we could have tried, but we would have been wrong probably just as much as we would have been right. And so I can tell you, Claire and I have had many a conversation, as well as others, about how to respond, when to respond, what to do. And we believe we've found our stride here to an extent. We've got some new tools that Claire may talk a little bit more about later on, I'm not sure, in the week. But we have our Speak For platform that, thank you, board, for agreeing to that. And the fact that we can invest in that. For those who don't know, you will find out. Please look out for Speak For. It literally is the word speak and the number 4. So it's, but it is a platform where it can be sent out. It's typically done through our announce email list. And what you do is you click the link in the email. It sends you to a letter that has been prepared for you. You essentially put in your name and address and, I don't know, maybe a couple of other things. But as was brought up in the meeting the other day, once you do it, it is saved. So the next time you go to do it, you don't really have to do much of anything. If you want to add some words to it, you can, some heartfelt message or something personal to you. And then you click submit, and you have now sent that to either members of the House, members of the Senate, or both. It also works for state legislatures. So we're going to be working and leveraging that platform more moving forward. So we did listen to you, and we want you to have a voice. So. And as we have said multiple times, Claire is watching, so she's tracking the numbers. No, but we've had roughly, I think, 160 individuals, if I remember what Claire had to say. I do listen occasionally to what people report from the staff. I believe it was 160 people. So I don't know, how many do we have in the room? Seems more than 160, I'm not sure. But if you haven't done it, guys, get in there and do it. That's your voice being able to be heard, okay? So please take advantage of that. In addition, on the advocacy front, we've signed on to letters, we've joined with other organizations. Keep in mind that we all have different opinions. So while you may feel very strongly about something, you could be sitting next to someone, or at least near someone, in this room who feels differently about that same issue than you do. And so we have to take into account and try to strike that right tone and position and all kinds of things, and it's not an easy thing to do. But just because something's not easy doesn't mean that we don't do it. So we continue to work on that. In terms of our staff, and first of all, I just want to say, you guys, through registration, through being here, you get a glimpse of what our staff does and what they're like. And I just would like to say, before I go any further with my report, is I could not be more I could not be more proud than if that's a parliamentarian, if prouder is a word or not. But no. So I'm so proud of our staff. It's an incredible group of individuals, and so please give it up for them. We don't always agree, and I used to Jane and I, with our real estate brokerage, the company we were with, headquartered here in Texas, by the way, but that organization used to have an event called Family Reunion, and I remember it was all the agents would get together, and I remember one of the agents in our office, he was like, I don't really like to go. He goes, I don't really like my family that much, actually. And you call it a family reunion, I don't really want to go. But so, like a family on the staff, right, we have times we don't agree. We have times we disagree on something. But at the end of the day, I've never been just sincerely more grateful to a group of individuals who come together and get the job done. And so when you call the Minneapolis office to work on something related to your membership or finance or whatever it might be, or as Hannah found out this week, oh, you're the Hannah that sends the emails. And so she took on the communications coordinator role this year and has been doing a great job. And we have Yu Chen, who I believe is probably Yu Chen Shaw. Yu Chen is new to the staff. I always try to remember who's the newest person in a role, but Yu Chen is here. And we also have Cheryl Rayburn, our new development officer. And her husband Curtis have joined us here. They're here with us in Dallas. And so we've got members of the team. You know when you start naming names is when you start to get in trouble. So somebody will let me know later. Probably something someone I may. But we are also in the state that houses our 2 thrift stores. In case anyone has forgotten that we have thrift stores. Our Amarillo and Lubbock are where we have our thrift stores, and Chris Sawyer, and of course with Nancy's guidance there, and that team do an awesome job with our thrift stores that do help bring in very necessary revenue to the organization. So we're incredibly thankful for that. And then Colby Garrison and her accessibility and her accessibility and training services coordinator position, and we're fine-tuning that and learning more and more each day, each week, as we have new opportunities come in and new challenges. And I got to tell you guys, once we put out that accessibility@acb.org email, Colby and I started having some interesting conversations because, man, you guys could send in some cool stuff. I mean, just like, oh my gosh, it'll just be amazing. But please keep sending. If you're having accessibility issues with an app or a website or something along those lines, I know, and Colby may not even think this, frankly, I haven't asked her, but it's, you'd be surprised how many things have actually been solved just in the first half of 2025 related to accessibility. And through that department, as well as advocacy, we've had individuals with jobs where they had issues with their screen reader being compatible with software, and because of relationships that we've built over time with our corporate partners, we were able to tackle those and get folks some remedies relatively quickly. We've had some other elements of things that accessibility issues that are out there. Some of them are longer term to solve than others, but it is a commitment, and it is something that I said at the board meeting. I've said it twice now. I'm going to say it again. Is by the end of 2027, we will not be using any platform that is not accessible to people who are blind or with low vision. We have to put our limited funds, but we have to put our money where our mouth is. And so we need to do that as an organization. So, as you know, that's for what we work with internally, and I understand that's a challenge. And part of that challenge is, these companies, sometimes it's hard to find an alternative that is accessible. So that means we have to, roll our shirt sleeves up a little bit, get in and dig in with these companies and say, okay, let's make it better. I got to tell you, Speak For, when we first decided to do it, Claire and I had several conversations because she and Colby worked with them to determine whether or not we could actually use that as a platform. We were looking at another option. And at first it was, it's not. And then the chief technology officer of that company, Speak For, got with Colby and Claire, and they listened. And they made a bunch of changes to make that platform something that we could use, something that not just the end user could use, right? Not just the back, just sort of the front end, if you want to call it that, consumer end. Because what we have found, and not to get too involved in this part, but it's really, really intriguing that companies, right, they've listened about, we have blind people out there that need to do this thing, right? But they don't, certainly a blind person isn't creating the survey, or certainly the blind person isn't the one, right, sending out the campaign. So on the end where you can click submit, things like that, maybe they have fixed some of that stuff. But my goodness, a blind person wouldn't have a job where they're actually creating this thing. Yeah, they can. We do. And so we're working with these companies to say, the entire thing needs to be accessible. In 2025, there's no excuse to not have it be accessible. There's just not. And so I was very thankful that in that experience, we actually got to witness a company, I'm giving a darn, I guess I would say, they're caring. They wanted to make it right. Now, did they want a new client? Of course they wanted a new client. But they also, I believe, wanted to do what they believed was what needed to be done, and they've done that, and they continue to do what we need them to do. So we have found that when we push and we work with some of these companies, some of them much better success than others. Real quick, we had a really cool thing happen, believe it or not, regarding a case that went in front of the U.S. Supreme Court. And it was a case that we had won at every single level we had gone to, but after the appeals court, the other party, LabCorp, this is public knowledge again, so it's not anything. LabCorp decided they wanted to appeal to the Supreme Court. And just to be frank about it, we were a little bit concerned because of the approach that was being taken. And we could not, frankly, afford in our community an adverse ruling that was more broad than what we were seeking, because it would have hurt long-term people with disabilities, frankly, in a big way. And thank goodness the Supreme Court found that LabCorp had actually not appealed the correct decision. And so they dismissed their case. They dismissed LabCorp's appeal and said, sorry, LabCorp, you took your shot on this and you didn't do it the right way. So guess what? It's going back to the lower court, and we're waiting for a decision, summary judgment decision at this point. And we're hopeful that we can get that wrapped up without having to go through any further litigation with them. And another one, the Quest case that you may be familiar with. If you feel a theme here, LabCorp, Quest, right? These are healthcare, going in, getting our tests done. Don't we love those kiosks? Everybody love your kiosks? Yeah? Yeah, I know. So Quest, we also had victories there, and we're just waiting for the court to make a decision about how hard they want to slap Quest on the hand for what they did. And so ultimately, at the end of the day, though, right, it's one thing to say, hey, we had these victories, or we, there's some sort of financial element to it, whatever it might be. But really, the juncture here that we're looking for is we want to have the same access to these things in life that everybody else has. I mean, the concept is not that difficult, really. I mean, we just want to be able to do these things that other people are doing. And so we're making progress. It is slow but steady, right? It's slow but steady. I wish things went faster. I want them to move faster, but we're making progress. Some good things are happening. We've got a membership that is excited, and I got to tell you, spending a little bit of time with our scholarship winners this afternoon at the luncheon, and then being at the pep rally, which, I mean, for those who get to witness me dancing, it's quite a, well, anyway, maybe something that you don't want to remember, but just hearing the excitement and hearing, my goodness, I'm at the scholarship luncheon and I'm hearing, you're going to hear more about our scholarship winners this week, but hearing what some of these young people are majoring in, I was talking just real briefly to Katie Frederick and a couple of other people at the table. I'm like, my gosh, I feel like such an underachiever. I was like, I didn't understand. I mean, half the stuff, I didn't understand what they were majoring in, to be honest with you. It's incredible. And what has happened is, right, as you think about this, as these advances have happened in technology, and things have happened over the years, right? I'm going to say right now, we all, in certain ways, and in the scholarship winners and others, me included, we all stand on the shoulders of giants. We stand on the shoulders of giants from the past. We're now over, and some people may not think this is a big deal, but we're over 10,000 followers on Facebook for our ACB account. We just hit that in June. And for those of you under the age of 35, Facebook is this thing. It's kind of like an Instagram or one of those. But anyway, okay. But we got over 10,000, and look, we didn't fake our way to 10,000. Right? That's organic. We earned our way to 10,000 followers. And so when you get on there, you hear about these advances in technology, and you just hear about what's going on in the world and what people are are doing. Still though, in the month of June, Helen Keller's birthday is like our biggest, where we get all these likes and engagement and followers and all that. And why would that be? We stand on the shoulders of giants. That's why, because people have gone before us who have paved the way in a lot of ways for these things to happen. And so it's our responsibility. This is our time. I'm going to tell you this and wrap up here in just a moment. But I just want to say, and it really hit me, it's hit me this week already. We're only on Saturday. It's only our opening session. But it's already hit me. Don't take this for granted. Don't take what we have in this room and those that are attending virtually, don't take this community, the people around you, the opportunities, the advances. Don't take those things for granted. Yes, we want more. Yes, we're pushing. But just think about the support that you have in this room, those attending virtually, those who may not be able to attend, our staff, those who have gone before us. Guys, the future is bright. The future is bright, and the opportunities are in front of us. We've got an incredible group of members. It's only going to grow. The numbers are one thing, but it's the passion of our membership, and I just love it. I love hearing the passion. I may not always agree with you, but I love the passion. Our staff is incredible, do incredible things with a small number of people, but just soak it up and enjoy this time together. Take advantage of all the opportunities that are here this week and moving forward. ACB offers so much, and there's a lot more coming. I think Deb and the board and their hard work and the tough decisions they make. Yes, we can talk about budgets and all of those kinds of things, and we have to. It's important. But we're growing, we're getting stronger, and we're going to create more opportunities for those who come behind us. So thank you all. I appreciate you tremendously.
This is a challenge, I got to tell you. I would like you to give the whole ACB staff a round of applause. We get so much wonderful work from Scott's leadership and from the work of our staff, and I'm just so very appreciative of it, and I'm appreciative of it every day, and I hope that you are as well. We have come to a wonderful time in the evening. I just love this every year. I didn't know how much fun this would be, and it is so exciting. We are going to honor our new life members, and we have some. And before we begin to acknowledge them, a few of them may be virtual. I will advise our host, and we want to thank our Zoom and stream people this evening. But we do have a few that are virtual, so as I announce them, I will tell you if I think they're virtual. If they pop up in the room, they're not virtual. So we can tell the difference. I'm just going with the rumor that I heard, right? All right. So life members are sometimes purchased by themselves and sometimes purchased by affiliates on behalf of people. They represent a tremendous commitment of whoever is purchasing the life membership, and they also usually represent, yes, and support the work of the person being given the life member. It's kind of one of the highest honors we can give our members here in ACB, and we're very appreciative of it. So Nancy Marks-Becker, who is our Chief Financial Officer, will assist with these presentations. And our first one is going to be, not in the right place, there we go. Our first one is going to be from South Dakota, Deb Versteeg, and she is virtual if she is with us this evening. And if she is, can you raise your hand and we'll let you say a couple of words? Is she with us? No, I know she's not in person. Is she virtual?
I will allow this person here to talk.
Okay.
With iPhone. You may unmute.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Deb Cook Lewis. I really appreciate the opportunity to say how much that ACB has meant to me. I joined in 1975, and the last 50 years have been a joy being a member of ACB, and we've gotten a lot done, and things are looking bright for our future, and ACB is a big part of that.
Thank you so much. Yeah. That's exciting. All right. Our next recipients, life member people, are here. I've seen them both. Andy and Colette Arvidsson from Washington State. They can come on up. And Washington State has a nice big contingency here this year. I'm so proud of you. Yeah. They're coming. They're coming. They're coming. It's a long way from Washington, isn't it? All right. Yes, we present Andy and Colette, and we'll have you guys say a couple of words.
Well, last year, Andy and I were thinking about all the great things that ACB has brought into our life, all the great people and opportunities. And I was thinking, actually, I think we were thinking separately. I just thought, I really am so proud of him and what he's done and what he's given me that I wanted to get him a life membership. And so I'm there planning this and deciding at the last minute at the convention, and somehow we had, well, we'll find out who's doing what for who, and we both wanted to honor each other and thank each other for what we bring to this organization and to our life, and you.
Colette is always a better speaker than I am. So, I remember when I first joined Washington Council of the Blind and American Council of the Blind, that I thought I knew something that I didn't. You guys have taught me what I know. And so I thought we'd just spend our kids' inheritance and be part of you forever. Thank you.
I really appreciate that commitment, and I just love Andy and Colette. If you don't know them, get to know them this week. They're just fabulous people. I think I'm going to cry. All right, our next recipient may also be virtual, and it is Doug Hall from Florida.
Doug, you may unmute.
Is Doug with us virtually this evening?
Yeah, am I unmuted?
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for enabling me to be a life member of ACB. I really appreciate everything ACB has done for me and done for the millions of people around the U.S. and around the world.
Thank you so much. Excellent. Our next life member is also virtual and donated by the state of the Tennessee Council of the Blind, and it's Christopher Trevino. And I'm not sure if he is virtual.
We do not have him in Zoom or a raised hand.
Okay. All right, we'll touch base there later. All right. The next one is donated by the Missouri Council of the Blind, and it is donated to Robin Wallen. And I think Robin is here.
Got it. Okay, can you all hear me? Yeah. All right. I just want to say this means a lot to me. MCB has gone through a lot in the past year, and we have an incredible new board. And this is something that I've worked for a long time. Anybody who knows me knows that I am the transportation lady. And I came to you all from another organization, which shall remain nameless, like many other people. And one of the things that drew me to ACB was the inclusivity. So, thank you all. Thank you, Missouri. I really appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Leaving. There we go. We're good. All right. We're not through with Missouri. They're such a wonderful state. And so the next person, donated also by Missouri, is Wilma Chestnut House from Missouri, donated by the Missouri Council.
Good evening, and I just would like to say I've been a part of Missouri Council of the Blind since 1973. And yeah, I was encouraged to become a member by Miss Bessie Reese, and by Mr. Reese, I was encouraged to participate at not just being a member. And in the past few years, being with Missouri Council of the Blind, they have given me something that I wanted to do before I lost my sight. I am over sports and recreation for that group, and I love it, I enjoy it, and I love coming here with you guys. This is an honor. This is truly an honor for me to receive this. And I would like to thank all the executive board members of MCB for choosing me for this.
Mm-hmm. I have a little story to tell on Wilma, because during the pandemic, I helped Missouri with their conventions. And Wilma's chapter was kind of struggling about how to get itself on Zoom and vote and everything. And so she had them all get together for a big dinner, and they all brought their phones, and they all voted on the Missouri things. And I thought that was so inclusive and so good. And I just thank you for that. That just warmed my heart so much. Yeah, thank you so much. All righty. We have one more person from Missouri who I believe is not virtual. They're not registered for the convention, so they may not be in the virtual. But that is Tarika Walton, and that is also donated by the Missouri Council. Now, I have one more, and before we do this one, what I want to say is that it's never too late to become a life member as long as you're still here. So if you haven't become a life member, or you haven't made someone who's important to you to be a life member, there's time. And so it happens even during the convention, and it happened today for a very, very special person. So Anthony Akamine from Hawaii. Is being given a life member by Terry Lynn Hagashi Akamine, and she wants to explain it. So she's going to have to explain herself, right? But it sounds like it might be okay. So they'll come up and do that.
Yeah, aloha, everyone. You probably know, most of you probably know us by the pineapple gummies. But at this time, I wanted to just say that I have been a life member for 2 years, Doing life together with friends and family is so important to us, and I wanted to live out my life membership eating breakfast with my best friend. God continues to be our center, but my best friend, Anthony Akamine, with love, dedication, patience, has walked the journey of life with me and continues to help me to reach my best self. His dedication to the organization in state and nationally amazes me every day. And in parting words, I just wanted to say that when I read this, I immediately thought of him. It said, "Be a reflection of what you'd like to receive. If you want love, give love. If you want truth, be truthful. If you want respect, show respect. Sow what you hope to harvest." Thank you.
I guess she is short, but she's tall, but in heart. But anyway, I guess I should say thank you and I love you, Terry. But just wanted to say I love ACB, I love Hawaii, and I love what the organization stands for. And I just wanted to give a special shout out to those folks in the front row, the DCAM first timers, and the JP Morgan Chase leadership recipients. Because for you guys are the leaders of tomorrow. But I also wanted to give a special shout out to a very special lady who helps to show me how I can reach higher, dream bigger, and love wider. And that's Lucy Edmonds. I love you and love you all. Thank you all.
Well, just wow. So I'd like to do this a few more times this week, so think about whether or not there's someone who needs to be a life member for ACB. It's a very special time in our organization. And as I said, it really demonstrates the commitment of our affiliates and our members, and it's very meaningful. So thank you all. All right, up next, I'm going to deviate just slightly from the agenda and have Scott come. We were going to have me introduce Zelda for the first timers, but I think we'll have Scott introduce Zelda, and then Zelda will work through the whole process with our first timers and our JP Morgan Chase folks. So Scott, we'll turn it over to you.
Sit down and then I'll scoot in here. Good. Okay. All right. Thanks, Deb. So as many of you may know, our JP Morgan Chase Leadership Fellows. Why do we call it that? Because of JP Morgan Chase. That's why we call it that. Okay. So, for going on a decade now, JP Morgan Chase has shown an incredible commitment to the American Council of the Blind, to leadership, to opportunity, to accessibility. Some of the ways they help us, we don't even really talk much about publicly. There are programs that they have that have assisted us with some of our IT work and other things. They helped with getting our next generation affiliate off the ground, starting as a committee, moving into an affiliate through a DC leadership event where they helped fund a significant amount of the work that was done to lay that groundwork. But really one of the key things that JP Morgan Chase and what we're honoring here that they do is sponsor our Leadership Fellows program. And so because of their commitment to leadership, their commitment to helping, and this is in the, I guess, small letters, the next generation, of individuals and how our organization and others are going to be led and move forward and continue to do the work that we're doing, they are making a strong investment and have made a strong investment with us for, as I said, going on a decade now. And so we thank JP Morgan Chase for that support, for what they do in that area, because you know what? They don't have to. It's the reality of a lot of they don't have to do that, but they see the value in it. And we have thankfully experienced the results of that investment that they have made. Our own current president, Deb Cook-Lewis, was in the first cohort of the JP Morgan Chase Leadership Fellows. And many others are here tonight who have been a part of this program. And so we've felt the impact within ACB of what this commitment that they have made, what it has resulted in. And we certainly believe that and hope that commitment and that partnership that we have with JP Morgan Chase will continue for many, many more years to come. And so at this point, what I'd like to do is introduce Zelda Gephardt, who is the chair of the Durwood K. McDaniel Fund Committee. And Zelda is going to introduce us to this year's JP Morgan Chase Leadership Fellows. So Zelda, take it on.
Good evening, everyone. It's my privilege to be the chair of the Durwood K. McDaniel Fund Committee. And when we think about Durwood, from what I understand, he was someone who didn't take no for an answer. And so with that kind of fortitude and persistence, we forge ahead, and it is our privilege as a committee to identify those leaders amongst us and to help them grow and take a step forward and take a step outward and to do what needs to be done to continue to support this great organization. And whether that's on their chapter level or state level or the national level, it doesn't matter. It all counts. So give them all a hand. I serve with a great committee, and I just want to recognize them tonight because we're a team, and we work well together, and it's a lot of fun. You just met Anthony Akamini. He, because the fact he has an AA name, he comes first. He's from Honolulu, Hawaii. Yay, yeah. Then there's Donna Clark. She's from Alexander, Virginia. Todd Falstrom from Bozeman, Montana. All right. Greg Lindberg from, I'm going to mess this up because he moved. He's from Florida, but he's from Malthead, I believe. All right. Florida. Maitland, Florida. It's Maitland, Florida. Okay. And then we have Rachel Schroeder, who serves on the ACB board. She's from Springfield, Illinois. Yes. And then we have Sheila Young from Orlando, Florida. And I don't want to forget my vice chair, Melanie Alt-Sanoy from Phoenix, Arizona. They say the key to our future is keeping in contact with our past. We can't forget that, and that's the reason we're thrilled to be able to carry on Durwood's name and his legacy. And with that, I'm going to ask Melanie to come forward, and we're going to introduce or present to you our Durwood K. McDaniel First-Timers for 2025, and they will self-introduce and tell you what they would like to share with you this evening. So, Melanie?
and I'm a tall one, so. Good evening, everyone. My name is Melanie Sonoe. I am lucky to be the vice chair of the Durwood K. McDaniel Fund Committee, and I am here to present to you your 2025 Durwood K. McDaniel First Timers. So I'd like to first introduce you to Miss Ava Caruth from Houston, Texas.
I want to thank everybody. I want to thank God first and foremost for being the head in my life and for growing me to this opportunity. I want to thank the Durwood K. McDaniel Fund Committee for this distinguished opportunity and for choosing me, okay? I also want to thank the American Council of the Blind for having this opportunity for us, for opening it up to all of its members, and for encouraging us to do this. I would like to also thank the American Council of the Blind of Texas, my state chapter here, Chris Prentice, our president, but I would be remiss if I did not thank two of the most people who have been mentors to me, which is Kevin Simeon and my chapter president, Houston Council of the Blind chapter president, Peggy Garrett, for encouraging me to apply for this opportunity. So I want to give you a little bit of my history here. I have been blind for 34 years. I was first diagnosed March 13th in 1991, and I celebrate that as the beginning of my life. Being blind has taught me, when I first heard it from the doctor, he looked at me, I looked at him, and I told him, I am blind. Now what do I do? And he just looked at me like, okay, you're ready. I'm like, yes, I do not have time to play. So that is the beginning of my life that I see. And I went from that to learning, you need to slow down. Okay, you cannot rush through stuff anymore. But I've gone from a double bachelor's in business to a double master's in rehab, all without my sight, to I am a retired vision rehabilitation therapist, where I am happy, but I learned that retirement is not for me. So, but it was fun going through my transition because I love to travel. I have lived from Colorado to Michigan to Georgia to Mississippi, and I'm back home in my most favorite state, Texas, okay? And in doing all of this, it was so much fun because I met, through all my travels, through people I have trained. I ended up meeting Gail Matwire. So when I moved to Houston, she was my first contact. And she got me involved, not just in getting to know the city again, but getting involved with the Houston Council of the Blind, where I learned very quickly what being voluntold is. Okay, so I know whenever I see Peggy Garrett and she has that little thought in her head, and she go, all I do is ask, what do you need to have done? Because she has voluntold me for several projects, which I am thankful for, because through that, she has helped me grow. And she has helped me even to see more, to determine where am I going to go next. And between her and Kenneth, who I got the call from saying, I got a little birdie told me, Peggy Garrett, dropped your name, to be the Zoom chair for ACBT. And he said, well, I'm going to ask you, even though I was already told you would do it. Okay, so I already knew. I said, I'm going to have a talk with Miss Peggy later. But I do thank her. I do thank Kenneth, because they have been great mentors for me, because I've watched how they have led, how they are leading through this organization from the local level to the state level and to the national level. So that has helped me to make a determination for my life where I am going to be pursuing my PhD in rehab, because I want to continue what I'm watching everybody around me do, and that's to help empower and encourage our future people. Our people who have been born blind, who acquired blindness, who are aged into blindness, to help encourage and empower them to know your life has not stopped. Your life continues further. Thank you.
And now I'd like to introduce you to our Durwood K. McDaniel first-timer from the East, Ms. Courtney Smith from Talladega, Alabama.
And here's the microphone. Just a minute. I'll let you touch it so you know where it's at.
Okay. I'm short like Deb. Thank you all so much. I am so honored to be on stage tonight and to have received this award. I'm going to cry. I'm just going to tell you that. So, first of all, I would like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because without him, I wouldn't be here. And also want to thank him for my blindness, because I do consider it a blessing. Because again, without it, I would not be on this stage tonight. Also to my husband, Jason, I love you so much. He has been my rock. He has been my supporter, my sounding board, everything. I love you, baby. And to my affiliate president, thank you for your support. I appreciate you, Jimmy. And everybody else who has cheered me along the way. And I can't forget my best friend and encourager, Kayla Allen. She's a lot of the reason I'm here tonight. So a little bit about me. I am Courtney Smith. I am originally from Iuka, Mississippi, a little town in the northeast corner of the state. My husband and I moved to Talladega 2.5 years ago, so we could look for employment at the Industries for the Blind. He is now employed there, and I get to stay home with our fur baby. And so I have gotten involved with our local Talladega chapter. I served as the secretary up until April of this year. Also, I was on the convention planning committee for our state affiliate in Alabama, which was a real joy, and I enjoyed that, and I hope I get to do it again. I am also one of the founders of ACB Crafters. Y'all may have heard of us, you know. So along with Kayla Allen, she and I have been friends for a while and part of another crafting group, and she asked me to join her in this adventure, and I gladly accepted the opportunity and have been serving in that capacity for a little over 5 years now, and I love it, and looking to train up new crafty leaders. So if you're a crafter, hit me up. But also, I want to say thank you to the DKM committee and their members. Zelda has been great, and all the other committee members have been wonderful in helping us out. And just thank you so much for this opportunity, and I look forward to serving you, the members of ACB, on a state and local level, and also at the national level. Thank you so much.
One more big round of applause for our class of 2025 DKM first-timers. Now, we're eager to present our ACB JP Morgan Chase Leadership Fellows for 2025. And the first one is Alicia Edson from Winter Springs, Florida.
Oh, I'm touching the mic. Okay. Well, hi, I'm Alicia, and I'm a JP Morgan Chase Leadership Fellow.
And I just, oh my gosh, there are 3,000 people I need to say thank you to. And I'm going to start by just saying Zelda and Melanie and the whole DCAM committee, and Scott Thornhill, our executive director, who helps with all that, and our Madam President, Deb Cook-Lewis, who I got to finally meet last night. I was so excited. And people who have encouraged me through GOCB and Florida State, and I'm gonna cry, oh my God. Sheila Young, our GOCB president, my friend Asla at GOCB, who's not here, but she started me in this whole crazy place. And she encouraged me and she said, you're gonna be great there and you really need to join. And so I did, and here I am. Larry Gassman, who wrote this amazing recommendation letter to the committee on my behalf. His brother John, my Dawn Brush, who is my inspired guide. She, for the last 9 months, has cheered me on and said, you are a way better leader than I am. And I don't even get it. But Kenneth Simeon, who is so busy in ACB, he does everything. And he gave me his time, and he's cheered me on, and he told me this was going to happen. I didn't believe him. And my husband, who backs me no matter what, even when I'm not nice to him, which is crazy. But I love you, and thank you. So ACB is the organization that I chose to become a part of after trying another one for a very short time, and decided no. And so here I am, and I want to give back. I want to, I really, really believe, probably more than anything, that God created me for this moment. And I really, really, really believe that I can make a difference, and I want to make a difference, and I want to fight for web accessibility, and I want to fight for medical devices, because I'm diabetic and so many of my friends are. And I want to advocate, I want to be a better advocator, and I want to make a difference. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity and for an organization that I can fight with. Thank you.
Okay, next up is Sarah Freeman Smith from Houston, Texas. Now, Sarah is a recipient of the Fellowship Award this year, but I have to let you know that she was the DKM first-timer from the West in 2020. So here's Sarah.
Hi, y'all. I bring you greetings from the beautiful city of Houston, Texas. Even though I'm in Dallas, I love you all for the week. Thank you so much. But first and foremost, I humbly accept this wonderful scholarship. JP Morgan Chase, thank you so much, not only for your financial support, but also showing so many other organizations, as well as this country, that we as individuals with vision impairment are not challenges, but you are providing the tools to train us to become productive and transformative leaders. Thank you so much, JP Morgan Chase, for that. And I would be remiss, as others have said, if I don't give thanks to my Lord and Savior, because God has equipped me to do what I am doing right now. And I thank him because even though some people feel that what they do is a job, I have the fortunate pleasure. This is my passion. This is what I love to do. And I know that God has called me to be this type of beacon. And I thank ACB. I thank the DKM committee. I am just so overwhelmed that you all thought that I was worthy enough to be the recipient of this award. But more importantly, I thank you as members for providing a warm, welcoming, and receptive environment for me to learn and to grow and to continue to use and do the things that I've been called to do. But let me give you a little bit of a background about myself. I have about 40 years of experience as a human resources recruiting leader, and I lost my vision mid-career, suddenly, unexplainable, right when I received a major promotion that would require me to do 85% travel. That meant rent cars, go to cities, recruit, develop, train, and I'm going, oh my God. And I'm in HR, and you would think that I would be aware of all the ADA accommodations, but like many of you, I wanted to keep it a secret. I was in denial. I was going through grief. But as God clearly spoke to me, he had a purpose and a plan for me, not only to show that I could overcome the skepticism, like many of you, I could overcome those challenges and obstacles. And once I did, I recognized there's more people out there than just me. They can't see. So that's when I am so blessed that I literally ran into Peggy and Michael Garrett at an event. As a matter of fact, it was a paratransit meeting, but I was there to get my ID. And they took the time to explain why ACB was important to them, but more importantly, what it could offer to me. And I thank them because that was the last piece of encouragement that got me involved. I joined Houston Council of the Blind and love my people. Oh my gosh, shout out to Houston Council of the Blind. Thank you all so much. But then you all kicked me and made me get involved with the state of Texas. I love you all with my ACB of Texas because I'm also involved in the auction committee. And I love and enjoy all that I do. And then most importantly, when I won DKM, I love employment. I am now embarking on a new career, so I got involved with the employment committee. And as God would have it, I'm taking on a new role as an author, a speaker, and a disability advocate. And this is providing me the tool to dispel those myths, both inside and outside corporate world, that visually impaired people offer creative problem-solving skills that we can apply and make a valuable asset to the team. And I want to continue to do that with this opportunity to get additional leadership training. Thank you again, each and every one of you, for allowing me to be me.
Now it's my pleasure to introduce Jason Miller from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He also is a repeat recipient, as last year he served as the DKM first-timer from the East. So here's Jason Miller.
Praise his name. Praise his name. He is in here. I have to stop and give all praises to Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, for having me here again. This is my second year in a row, and I'm so proud to be here. To the PRC, to the PCB, ACB, DKM, thank you guys. I love you. And to Jeff Tom, my God, Jeff. We spent many mornings speaking about positivity, how I can be a better leader in my community and nationally. Jeff is a seasoned leader in legislation, advocacy, and he taught me how to sharpen my sword. For one sword sharpens another, one hand washes the other, and both hands wash the face. To be a leader is not just talk. You take this leadership and you go home and you show your leadership. I returned to Philadelphia last year and there was a fire lit under me. And I made my chapter better. They made me better by sending me here. Leadership is about growth. I'm a business person. I am an entrepreneur who has no eyesight, but I have supreme vision in Jesus Christ. Supreme vision. Through that leadership, we were able to start our nonprofit last year, Paschal Community Services, where we will start filling in the gap of accessible housing, independent services, and health training for the vision impaired, making a better day in the Philadelphia region. And assistive technology education. I know a little bit about that now. 10 years as an access technology professional. I met Melanie as a corporate trainer for Verizon before I even came here. Thank you, Melanie. Finally, I just want to take a few moments as a leader to share my moment with the young children in Texas that they have not found yet. And I just want to take 3 seconds and give them silence. Thank you. God bless you all.
All right. Well, we're not done yet. We have before us another double winner. He was the DKM first timer from the West in 2013. So he's been at this for a few years and he's back. This is Guillermo Robles from Culver City, California.
Hello, ACB. Now, how do I follow up Jason? Seriously, we just had church up in here. I bring you greetings from the golden state of California. I am the newly elected president of the California Council of the Blind. It has been an interesting couple of months, let me tell you. So I do want to start out by sending a shout out to my affiliate and thanking them all for the awesome support over the last few months. To Deb Cook-Lewis, members of the board of directors, the DKM committee, and ACB members. I am so humbled to be up here receiving this award. It is truly, truly an honor to be here. You know, when we step into these positions, we're not looking to do this for a title. We do this because of the commitment and the passion that we feel in what the mission of ACB embodies. And it's quite a powerful mission. And I think that what you've seen up here and what you continue to see throughout the week represents all of that. I've heard words being used like resilience, positivity, commitment. You know, all of those are huge, huge words that just drive us forward. And for me, I came to really make an impact. And it all starts from the local level. More important than that, on a personal sense. The more we can educate one by one, the more of an impact that we can have, the greater good we can do for our community. I'm so proud of the vision that we have as mentors, as advocates, and just to be able to make a huge difference, whether it be in legislation, whether it be in advocacy, in the rights of digital accessibility, in the rights of education. We're moving mountains and we don't even realize it sometimes. I just really want to thank the DKM committee and the board for all that you do and all that you continue to do. And again, it is such an honor to be here. And to anybody that's thinking about stepping up and stepping forward, do it. Don't second guess yourself, because when you get in your own head and you think to yourself, I'm not a leader. I'm not either. You know, it's all about what you're passionate about and how you can just bring that forward and make a difference. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your convention.
Great job, great job. All right.
All right. Next up is Sebastian Warren, and he comes to us from Trenton, New Jersey.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. So, I guess this is my Grammy speech tonight. So let me start by saying thank you to the DKM and JP Morgan Chase for this opportunity. And I'll go into a little bit of my origin story. I never really planned on being a leader. I remember having a conversation with my immediate past president, Wanda Williford, one night, asking her what it would take to be president, and then about 2-3 weeks later, her saying, "You're running, right?" And that's what started me on this journey. Matter of fact, what really started the journey was her asking me to join the board. From probably my second month of being a member of the Mercer County Association of the Blind and joining the New Jersey Council of the Blind. So Wanda is a big part for me being here. The other person that I have to thank is Kenneth Simeon Sr. Because for some odd reason, the Inspire email came to me once, and then I seen it like 2 more times, and then I got a phone call that said, "You're gonna do the Inspire program, right?" And I said, yes. And then it's kind of the same thing for this JP Morgan. Got a phone call that said, "You're gonna apply, right?" And so I applied, and here I am. And Wanda wrote a letter that worked, because here I am. And so I just want to say thank you to everybody for this opportunity. It is greatly appreciated. I am greatly honored, greatly humbled to be standing here among you guys as a leader of ACB. And of course, before I get off the stage, I have to make a plug. New Jersey is bringing back their convention this year. Please call in, join us on Zoom, and once again, thank you to everybody. It is truly an honor.
All right. Now you can understand why we enjoy the job of being on the DKM committee. I want all of them to stand, and I want you to give one more round of applause for the class of 2025. Oh, boy, you guys. All right. Now, you know, this helps me know why everybody who comes to me to talk about being on a committee is sort of hoping they could be on the DKM committee. It's the most requested committee in the organization. I will just tell you that, and it's pretty obvious why. Thank you, Zelda. Thank you, DKM. Thank you, all you recipients. Super job. Super job. Thank you, all of those of you who wrote letters on behalf of the recipients. Thank you to those of you who encouraged those applications, who made those little phone calls. We probably need to give a special award to Michael and Peggy Garrett. It sounds like they're doing the right thing for membership. And many others too, but I just heard their names so many times that I just wanted to point it out to you. All right, we are now coming to a new event. We had the Next Gen sort of leadership meetup thing last night, right? And that was fun for those of you who went. Yeah, I had fun. I had a good time. And so one of the questions that somebody said was, when was the last time you did something the way it wasn't always done? And I laughed and I said, oh, gee, that happens a lot. Well, right now is about to be the last time, for tonight at least, because we're going to do something different than we've done before. And as I told you earlier in the evening, the roll call needed to move to the beginning of the convention to be constitutionally compliant and appropriate and make some kind of sense. But it left out something very significant that we do during the roll call that we wanted to keep, and that is the opportunity for our affiliates to be able to make special announcements or contributions or other things that they wanted to say that they would have said during the roll call. And I know that Ray Campbell would have said, "Where's the bar?" But that's really not quite what I had in mind. So just so you know, just so you know. All right, so I have several affiliates that I'm going to call. I'm going to ask the leader, it'll probably usually be the president of that affiliate, to come to the microphone and make their announcement. And I'm going to pretend that I'm like doing the roll call. And so I'm going to call like 4 of them at a time so you can be finding your way to the microphone. And I'll give you the hint that they are in the affiliate order, but of course it's not all of the affiliates. When I finish doing it, if there's any affiliate that I have left out who wishes to make an announcement, I absolutely want to acknowledge you as well. So this is, not your only time. Like everything else around here, it's not the only opportunity. So the first affiliates I'm going to call are Florida, Hawaii, Minnesota, and North Dakota. So ACB of Florida, do you have an announcement? Florida Council of the Blind, I got it wrong. Mikey will kill me. Yeah. So Florida?
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
My name is, I'm not the president of Florida, but I'm the the alternate delegate of Florida. My name is Mark Lear. Florida is sending $500 to ACB Media for the work that they do, which is great. And then also to support the Braille Forum for $500. And we're going to give 4 $50 gift cards for door prizes. We are from the state of Florida, but I sure don't like it when the sun doesn't shine.
Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you. That's fabulous. I know ACB Media will appreciate that help, the ACB Braille Forum, and also I just know that somebody's going to love getting those door prizes. Thank you so, so much. Hawaii.
Aloha. You know, tonight has been a great night. Sitting here listening to everything that I've learned, I got so inspired, and I realized this evening for the first time that I've been doing this for about 10 years, thank you. And every time I do it, I don't explain why we do it. And so I'm going to explain real quick. Hawaii wants to give $1,000 to the general fund because we believe so much in ACB. We also want to give $1,000 to ACB Media because communication amongst all of us is key. We also want to give $1,000 to the DKM fund because we believe in the students and the newcomers because they are the next leaders of ACB. We also believe in Braille. We all have to read Braille. We cannot forget Braille. Okay. So HAB wants to give $500 to the Braille Forum. And of course, our ACB students, our upcoming leaders, we must support them. So HEB wants to give another $500 to them. So from Hawaii, I say aloha and have a great convention.
All right. Hawaii. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you. It warms my heart when someone gives to the general fund. I'm an administrator, and Nancy's smiling too, but we're administrators at heart, and so we know that without the general fund, nothing else is going to happen. So thank you so much, Hawaii, and thank you for your generosity everywhere. While we're doing this, let me add Pennsylvania and South Dakota to the mix, and next we have Minnesota.
This is Patty Slabby. I'm their delegate, and what a hard act to follow after Hawaii. Our affiliate is donating $1,000 to the James R. Olson Scholarship Program.
All right. Thank you so much. And we'll be hearing from our wonderful scholarship recipients on Monday, and that will thrill you too. Scott and I had a chance to meet with them this afternoon, and that was very fun, so you'll enjoy that. North Dakota.
Hello, my name is Janelle Olson, and I am the North Dakota Association of the Blind's delegate for this year's ACB convention. Very glad to be here. And our state, our association, absolutely loves the Braille Forum, and we are donating $500 to the Braille Forum.
All right, thank you so much. And this year we're no longer having the Braille Forum raffle, so those donations to the Braille Forum are especially appreciated. All right, I'm going to add a couple more states, Tennessee and Texas, to the mix, and the next one I'm calling on is Pennsylvania.
Hello, everybody. This is Chris Hunsinger from Pennsylvania, and I'm speaking on behalf of both as the immediate past president of PCB and the current president of the Golden Triangle chapter. Each group usually would buy some forum raffle tickets, and since we can't do that anymore, we're just giving the money to the Braille Forum. So the Golden Triangle chapter gives $400, and Pennsylvania Council of the Blind gives $100, and it's only reasonable that Golden Triangle give that money every year because we won one year and got the $5,000.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chris. Yay. South Dakota. Is South Dakota coming?
They might be in Zoom. I do have a hand raised.
Oh, okay.
Lorraine Olson.
Yeah, that's South Dakota.
Hello?
Yes, we gotcha.
All right, okay. I was getting worried there a little bit.
Yeah.
South Dakota also loves ACB Media, and we are pleased to donate $250 to ACB Media, and we are donating $250 to the ACB Braille Forum, and have a good convention, everyone.
All right. Thank you so much. Excellent. I'm going to add West Virginia and teachers to the mix. Tennessee is next. Is someone from Tennessee coming to a hand? Can't tell. Okay, I'm going to come back. Texas?
Good evening. Mike's not on. Okay, Mike is not on here.
He's not on mic.
Good evening, Madam President. This is Chris Prentice, President of the ACB of Texas.
Yes.
Welcome to our fine state. Hope you enjoy your week here. ACB of Texas is donating $250 to the ACB General Fund and $250 to the ACB Braille Forum. Enjoy your week here. Spend lots of money, please.
And
Thank you very much.
And I had a message from that they need 50 chairs. So Texas is really here big. Woo, woo. All right. I'm going to add ACB families and Lions to the mix. And then I'm going to call on West Virginia.
This is Donna Brown, President of Mountain State Council of the Blind. Our donations are a little small compared to some, but every little bit counts.
Yeah.
Our $50 donation to the DKM First Timers Fund. Ooh. And we are donating $50 to audio description because we in West Virginia do not benefit much from audio description, and we're hoping that can help a little bit in the future.
All right. Thank you so much. That's really nice.
And I am told we do have a Tennessee area code here.
Okay, let's hear from Tennessee.
All right, you may unmute.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, this is Linda Allison from Tennessee. The links for the One Tap Mobile are not working, at least not on my end, so I had to come in this way. Tennessee would like to donate $100 to the Brenda Dillon Memorial Walk and $100 to the DKM.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, that's wonderful. Yay. All right, all right. Blind teachers.
The American Association of Blind Teachers would like to donate $100 to the Braille Forum.
We didn't hear you. 100 to Braille Forum, Katie said. Thank you for hearing that. I'm going to add to the mix of people Next Generation and CCLVI. Let's see, I am at families.
This is Carla Ruschival, President of ACB Families. We are making a contribution that that recognizes our whole ACB family. This year, ACB Families is an Onyx sponsor for the convention, We are creating over the next couple of years new banners that hang in the front of this room. And Deb, hopefully somebody said, let's have some audio description about the banners and the other things that hang in this room to recognize ACB during convention. The Onyx sponsorship is $5,000.
Yes, thank you. We will have those described. And thank you so much. Yes, we will do that, Carla. That's a great idea, because there is some change in that, and a lot of people probably aren't familiar with how we do that, so we will. ACB Lions.
American Council of the Blind Lions, the affiliate that roars.
Yeah.
Our president, Lion Debbie Deathridge from Louisville, Kentucky, could not be with us this year. I am Lion Adam Rushville, the ACB Lions delegate, and I am very happy and pleased to announce that ACB Lions is a $2,000 choral sponsor, with our sponsorship going to the ACB Scholarship Program. But instead of the money going toward the scholarships, we like to think that it is helping to get the scholarship winners to the convention.
Yes.
And so it is with a big roar that we say we are very proud of the scholarship winners and congratulations.
All right, let's all roar back. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Lions. All right. Let's see, the only group that I haven't added to the mix is LUA, I believe, library users. Next Generation is next.
ACB Next Generation. Wow. So ACB Next Generation is proud to announce that we have donated $75 to each worth of shipping for each of our auctions that we've had, as well as we are our newsletter, the Next Gen Insight, is Hollis Liggett award recipient. And I'm probably forgetting the rest of them, but that is very good.
All right. Thank you so much.
Oh, and we also gave free memberships to each and every one of the ACB scholarship recipients.
Yes. This is the way to help people engage in the organization. And I really thank you for that, Next Gen. That is just the way to do it. Thank you. CCLVI.
This is Patty Cox, and I'm going to tell you a quick little story. In 2020, Fred Scheiger passed away, and his scholarships with CCLVI continued. And I got to know his wife, Alexa. And in fact, Melanie Snowy and I went last year to see her. In June, she found out she had pancreatic cancer. We became pretty good friends. So last year, before the convention, the Kids Explorers Club needed a sponsor. So I asked her, and she donated $1,000. Oh, wow. She told me that she was going to send more this year. But on January 11th, she passed away. Mm-hmm. So CCLVI had a kind of like appetizer auction, and we raised almost $2,000. So we are putting $2,000 towards the Kids Club in Alexa Scheigert's name.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, CCLVI. All right. That's great. All right. And our last one that I at least have on my list is Library Users of America.
This is Carla Rushville back again. I'm president of Library Users of America, and I would like to announce that once again this year, as we have done over the past several years, many years, Library Users of America is donating a choral sponsorship, $2,000 toward making it possible for the talking book narrator to appear at the convention and also in the afternoon program on Tuesday to give you an opportunity to meet him up close and personal and ask questions. The narrator this year is Gary Tipton, who is a reader at the American Printing House for the Blind.
All right. And that is a very, very popular program, and I know that everybody appreciates our ability to have talking book narrators. And I hope, that in the next 50 years we still have talking book narrators, because I know they want to make it all, AI or whatever. And so, yeah, we want to keep having those narrators. Thank you all. Have I missed any affiliates who wish to make a special announcement? Yeah. Scott says he likes these announcements. Is this more fun than the roll call? I hope it's fun. It's certainly invigorating and great to hear from so many affiliates. Yeah? Oh, what? Yeah. Yeah. Madam Secretary says it's more fun. Well, yeah. All right. Thank you so much. We will be glad to hear from any additional affiliates throughout the week. And thank you so much for your generosity toward ACB. Absolutely. Thank you. All right. We are now at the final big item of the evening that I know about anyway. And this is the beginning of our ACB business. So we are now going to the officer elections. Let me describe. I need you all to, hold it down so we can do this. Yeah. Remember, it's downer. Those of you who heard me the other day talk about this. So we are starting our officer elections. We will be electing all 5 officers. That is president, first and second vice president, secretary, and treasurer. If any of those positions free up a position from the board of directors, we will then we will take nominations from the floor for the board of directors, and we will elect what we need to be electing from there. And if those positions free anything in the Board of Publications, we will take nominations for whatever that occurs to be, but that will be the order in which the events occur. When we call for nominations, please make sure that the person you are nominating wants to be nominated. This is not a time for surprises. We do surprises in Life Members and such, but not here. So please make sure. Also, please be aware that our election process is somewhat time-consuming because of the way in which we do it using our Vote Now. We're only able to do 1 election per day of the contested elections. Except Thursday, we will be able to have a second one because of the way the situation will be. But normally, it will not be the case. So we have 5 elections that we can complete while we are here in Dallas. If there are any additional elections to complete, those are going to be completed post the in-person convention. I'll be in a lot of trouble if we have to do that because people will be unhappy. But that is the way it will have to work. So please be very serious about your candidacy if you are planning to run, because we will have an election for every contested election. If there are more than 2 candidates for the position, the candidate must have 50% plus 1 to win. So that means that if no candidate receives that, there will be a runoff of the top 2 candidates. Don't worry, I will explain it as we go. I will explain it so many times, you'll be tired of hearing from me. So I want to give you an overview of the entire process now, but I promise to keep you apprised as we move through it. Basically, every afternoon from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., if we have contested elections, the individual vote in Vote Now will occur at that time. And so that would start tomorrow with our first contested election. Each morning, beginning on Monday morning, because we do not have a morning session tomorrow, so each morning, we will, at approximately 9 a.m. Central Time, be doing the affiliate roll call. Everything gets approximate because, things happen. But we're going to try to keep pretty close to 9 a.m. And for those of you who read my Braille Forum article for this last month, it's on the calendar, so we're planning to do it. So that is how that will work. Following that affiliate vote each day, affiliate vote count each day, we will then proceed with whatever our next step will be, which will be a runoff election or will be moving down through the offices. Any, of course, election that is not contested will be passed by acclamation, and we will not need to vote that. So if someone runs without opposition, then that's how we will do it. All right. So we are now beginning with the election for president, and my name, Deb Cook Lewis, has been placed in nomination by the nominating committee, and I am a retired manager in social service, retired from the University of Washington. Are there any other nominations from the floor for president? Again, I'm asking, are there any other nominations from the floor for president?
Madam President, this is David Dunphy from Colorado, placing the name of Janine Lee from Kissimmee, Florida, for ACB president.
All right. The name of Janine Lee is there a second? I don't need a second, she says. Okay, so that is done. All right. So Janine Lee has been placed in nomination for president from Florida. Are there any other nominations from the floor? Are there any other nominations from the floor? Any other nominations from the floor? All right, it's been moved that nominations be closed. Okay. All in favor, please. Yeah. All right. Any opposed? And in Zoom, if you are opposed, please raise your hand. It's important that we count the Zoom people also. I don't think we need to oppose this. These are the only two we have. So that closes the nomination. So now we will do candidate speeches, and each candidate has 5 minutes, which will be timed by our parliamentarian, and I will be speaking for myself. Janine, who will your speakers be?
I think she's on Zoom. You may have to unmute her.
Hold on one second.
Oh dear. Wait, there's something, you've got a speaker up in the background, or we won't be able to hear you.
Hello, Madam President. My speakers are ready to go, but I would like to say thank you for this process. After I've listened to a lot of
you get to
members.
have 2 speakers. Are you going to be one of your speakers? You don't get to say anything else.
But Madam President, you need to ask me if I accept the nomination.
Okay, we already know because you've posted to the list that you're accepting the nomination. Who are your speakers, please?
Okay. David and Anthony. David Dunphy and Anthony Corona.
Okay, so David Dunphy of Colorado and Anthony Corona of Florida will be your speakers. Thank you. All right. So we are ready to go, and I'm ready to speak. Are we ready to time me?
Can you just let me know when the timer starts?
Pardon me?
Can you just let me know when the timer starts?
Yeah. Okay, I'm starting now.
Okay.
So I'm Deb Cook Lewis. I'm running for my 2nd term as president. I'm speaking for myself because fundamentally you've been hearing from me for the last 2 years and 3 months. If you don't know me by now, you probably won't. This is not about choosing who we like best as a person or any of that. This is about ACB's future. This is about how we are making decisions in the organization. If you believe, whether you agree with everything I do or everything I say, that fundamentally we have been moving forward and making progress in ACB, then I ask for your vote. It's that simple. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to ask you all to hold it down. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Is David, are you the
Yeah, I'm
first
right here.
speaker?
I'm at a mic. Can you hear me?
Yes. We'll start your timing. There is 5 minutes between the two of you.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm David Dunphy, and I think I'm really excited about the future of ACB, and I know Janine is as well. She has decided to come for president because she believes in more member engagement to help the organization grow and become better. She's already started that process by planting seeds. She started the community, helped Cindy Hollis and others organize a community-a-thon, which has become a New Year's tradition here. She also has done the blood drive, advocacy which is also an event that's going on. And I know this all doesn't seem like a whole lot, but what Janine does, as she said in her letter, is plant seeds. She starts things up, gets people involved to help delegate responsibility, move things around from an I mentality to a we mentality, and then lets it fly. She still hangs out and does things in the background to make sure things move smoothly, and she continues to grow as a leader and is working on that now. In addition to her blood drive work and stuff, she's also the president of the CALM chapter of the Florida Council. She has also served as a leader for audio description and for other projects, which Anthony will be talking about next. So, Anthony, if you're there, go for it.
Anthony? We have Anthony? Is Anthony in Zoom?
Oh, yes, okay. Go ahead, Anthony.
Hi, everyone. Wish I could be there with you in person. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not gonna need a timer. So against, I think it's gonna disappoint a lot of people, but had you taken the point of order, Madam President, as you should have, because she should have been able to accept the nomination, Janine would have told you that she has listened to you and a lot of the body of this membership and is going to take this next year to find a mentor and to get herself ready to run for a seat next year. She has heard what everyone is saying about experience and about earning your way to the top, and politely declines actually this nomination.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, so let's
Then
let
we
people
will move
speak
on.
sometimes.
This means that I will be elected by acclamation. And our next office, wow, we are making some progress. Okay, our next office is for first vice president, and the nominee from the nominating committee is the incumbent, David Trott from Alabama. Are there any other nominations from the floor?
We have someone in Zoom.
Okay. Are you making a nomination?
Francine, you may unmute. Francine, you may unmute.
We're only taking nominations, so Fran, please unmute if you have a nomination. Otherwise, we're moving on.
She has heard what everyone is saying about experience.
This is for you, Deb Cook Lewis. You are out of order. It should have been a.
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't think that was the time, so there's no one else.
Okay. So with that, David Trott is elected by acclamation. And David, would you like to say anything?
Is this one? Okay, I'm working.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you once again for your confidence in me. Know that I'm here for you, the members of this organization, because together we will build a brighter future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, David. All right. We are now at the office of Second Vice President, and the nominating committee has placed into nomination the name of Kenneth Simeon Sr. from Beaumont, Texas. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but we're still conducting business. So are there any other nominations from the floor? Are there any nominations from the floor?
Yes, Madam President. This is Sheila Young. I would like to place the name of Connie Sims from South Dakota in nomination for
All right,
second vice.
Connie Sims from South Dakota is placed in nomination. Are there any other nominations from the floor? Are there any other nominations from the floor? All right. All right. All in favor? Yeah, okay. Now, we will, this will be our first contested election, but they will do their speeches this evening. So, Kenneth, who will your speakers be?
Madam President, Mitch Pomerantz from California will be my first speaker, and Alan Peterson of South Dakota will be my second speaker.
North Dakota. Unless he moved just lately.
North Dakota, I'm sorry, North Dakota.
Actually, he moved during the earlier part of the meeting. Thank you, Kenneth. Yeah, this stuff does make you nervous, doesn't it? All right, so if Mitch and Alan will please get to microphones, I believe they're both here.
I am here, Madam President.
Okay, thank you. And then I will also find out, Connie, who are your speakers?
Madam President, my speakers will be, first one will be Jeff Bishop, and then Sheila Young.
All right, Jeff Bishop from Arizona and Sheila Young from Florida. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, thank you. It's hard to hear over here. Okay, so I'm going to ask all the speakers to be at mics so that we can flow this as quickly as possible, and we will begin with Kenneth's speakers.
Fellow ACB members, I am honored to rise and speak wholeheartedly in support of Kenneth Simeon Sr. for Second Vice President of the American Council of the Blind. Kenneth is a retired telecommunications manager with AT&T, where he worked for 22 years. In that capacity, Kenneth gained management and leadership skills and experience, which he has clearly demonstrated as a twice elected member of the Board of Directors of ACB. Kenneth is a role model in working collaboratively with others, something which is crucial to being an effective and respected ACB officer in these challenging times. He is a thoughtful, insightful, and objective leader with a clear vision for ACB's future. Prior to his election to the board, Kenneth served as a chapter, state, and special interest affiliate president and has participated in committee work on all levels since becoming a member of ACB in 2005. Kenneth works to educate and empower members through effective communication and by sharing meaningful tools for success in support of the achievement of personal and organizational goals. He is playing a key role in the development and implementation of the ACB mentoring program because he knows that mentoring prospective leaders who will accept the torch from current leaders is critical to the future of ACB. He understands that succession planning is one of the keys to our continued existence as a relevant advocacy organization on behalf of blind and low vision persons. As chair of the Membership Services Steering Committee, Kenneth recently began developing a member value proposition that pursues expanding the influence and footprint of ACB. Above and beyond his state and national leadership activities, however, Kenneth Semien Sr. adheres to core values essential for leadership and everyday life: accountability, commitment, integrity, and authenticity, as well as compassion and transparency. Kenneth is fair-minded and open to new ideas, even from the newest member, while recognizing ACB's current traditions, past and current traditions. He leads by example, a trait with which we find especially valuable, and this organization will find valuable as he moves into the position of second vice president. The American Council of the Blind needs Kenneth Semien Sr. and his approach to getting things done. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't endorse candidates lightly nor often, but today I endorse without reservation Kenneth Semien Sr. for ACB second vice president. Please give him your support with your vote. Thank you.
How much time is left? You have 57 seconds, Alan.
Okay. Yeah, it's my honor and privilege to speak on behalf of Kenneth Semien. I believe Kenneth is a leader among leaders. I've been very impressed with Kenneth for his intelligence, his leadership, and his personality, his demeanor, calm demeanor. I've been impressed with him. I served as a mentor in the Inspire program, and I was very impressed with his leadership as a leader of the Inspire program, and he has so many qualities as far as he's trustworthy. He listens to people. He demonstrates respect for everyone. He gets things done, as Mitch has okay.
Good job. Good job.
There's
Thank you both.
much more to say.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. We will move to Connie's Sims speakers.
Jeff, you need to unmute, please.
There we go.
Yeah.
Are we ready, Deb?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Jeff Bishop, and I'm here to speak on Connie Sims' behalf. Connie Sims is a retired massage practitioner and has served in many roles throughout her career and managed her own businesses. I know Connie quite well from her work throughout ACB on many committees in which she has served, as well as had the opportunity to work alongside with her on many board initiatives as she currently serves on the ACB Board of Directors. She's currently a co-chair of the Awards Committee, Transportation, and Get Up and Get Moving programs. She serves as a vital key member of the voting task force, of which all of us have been able to take advantage of by being able to independently, privately, and securely vote for our candidates of choice. She serves as the communication and outreach specialist, so it's her role to really get the word out and ensure that we all know the rules and guidelines that we all need to work through as part of the voting process. She serves on the History and Archive Committee, a very monumental task of going back and reviewing all of our historical archives and preserving the voice and historical nature of this organization. She also serves on the Advocacy Committee and the Convention Steering Committee and the Women's Committee. Some key things about Connie. I have found her to be very approachable. She always reaches out to members to make sure that their voices are heard. She builds great leaders around her to be able to build great teams of people, to be able to complete the things that are asked of her in her roles. She tries to be the bridge between the member and the board of directors. She believes in great communication and transparency. I ask for all of you to kindly consider your vote for Connie Sims.
How much
Thank you.
time is left? 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
All right. Good evening, everybody. I am here to speak on behalf of Connie Sims. I'm speaking from an affiliate standpoint and a personal standpoint. She has been our officer liaison for the Florida Council since I was president, which was many years ago. She has been instrumental in a lot of the concerns and problems that our affiliate has had. She has helped us work through them with efficiency, respect, and understanding, and pretty been just beyond helpful as far as guiding us through solving some of our constitutional changes and making sure that we were doing things correctly. She has helped us as far as any knowledge that we needed on the ACB level, and she has attended every convention we have had virtually and all of our committee meetings that she can possibly attend, and supported by answering questions. She is very open to speaking with anybody with any concerns, and she is a very good listener. I really hope you will consider supporting Connie Sims for second vice president.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you, everyone. Okay, we have heard from our candidate speakers, and so tomorrow on Sunday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Time, if you're not here with us, you have to figure out what time it is in your time zone. And believe me, that's not been easy. I'm so trained for Eastern Time. I take that problem really seriously. So 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Time tomorrow will be the vote for second vice president. The candidates will be Kenneth Simeon Sr. from Texas and Connie Sims from South Dakota. And then we will be doing the affiliate vote for those on Monday morning. So your affiliates have given you the processes for casting your affiliate vote, and you will use your voter code from Vote Now to cast your personal vote, and we will be continuing in this fashion throughout the week. All right. I believe that we have a couple of announcements from Janet Dickelman, our convention coordinator.
You do.
And we will take those at this time.
Thank you very much. Oh, am I on? Yes, I am.
Yes, you are.
All right. First of all, I'm going to take a second and say congratulations, Madam President and Mr. First Vice President. I get to be the first. All right. I want to remind everyone of our 4 sessions tomorrow morning in lieu of general sessions. And at 9 a.m., we have BVA's 80th birthday celebration and informational session, as Deb said earlier this evening. We also have advocacy updates from Claire. At 10:30, we have The Color of Resilience, a talk and painting demonstration with John Bramblett. And we also have the People's Choice Awards voting kickoff. Those are our 2 consecutive concurrent sessions tomorrow. I am sorry, the host committee worked very hard to try to find a Catholic priest to come and do Mass at the hotel, but was unable to. get anyone. We have a change in our sports day departure. Tomorrow for sports day, we will be departing at 8:45 a.m. That means the bus is leaving at 8:45, so be out there. The bus will arrive at 8:15, so get out there so you can get boarded on that bus. Also, it is in the program, but for some reason did not get on the calendar. Tomorrow at 4 p.m., from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., we have Navigating the Future, What's New with AI-Powered Innovations in JAWS, and that is in Reversion. And just a couple other tour changes real quickly. Wednesday, the Candy Tour and the Envision Tour will both be leaving at 12 p.m. And RSVA, Laughs with RSVA and karaoke are on Monday night, July 7th, not Tuesday, July 8th. And if you would like to have a booth at the Ivy Expo on Wednesday, see Artist Basin, there's still some booths available. And at the information desk, we have, I believe we still have, a 50-inch cane that was left in the women's restroom by Cotton Bowl. I think the cane
somebody's
just found
missing
its home.
that.
And we also have a thermos that was left. And we have so many sessions that our sponsors are going to be doing over this week. Please pay attention to what's in the newspaper and what's in the convention calendar and take advantage of those. Thank you very much, Madam President.
All right.
Enjoy.
Thank you, Janet. All right. Are there any other significant announcements that are holding us from adjourning? I don't hear any. All right. Then you are adjourned, and we will vote tomorrow and enjoy all the sessions tomorrow. Thank you very much.
A logo, ACB in print and braille, American Council of the Blind, together for a bright future.